Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, could Sunrail finally extend to Orlando International Airport? What the next steps are to make that a reality. But first, breaking at noon.
Hopefully there's some closure in the near future for the family. I would want that if it was my child.
New court records reveal a relative of Anna Kepner is being called a suspect in the Titusville teen's death on a Carnival cruise ship. 18-year-old Anna Kepner was found dead on the Carnival Horizon cruise ship nearly 2 weeks ago. New at noon, court records say Kepner's teenage stepbrother is called a, quote, suspect in her death. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest joins us now live in the newsroom with those breaking details. Mike, what are you learning?
Well, Julie, in just the past few hours, I've obtained these court records, which are part of a child custody case involving Anna Kepner's younger stepbrother. Now, according to these court documents, that 16-year-old boy, quote, is a suspect in his stepsister's death. Now, the FBI has not released any details about Anna Kepner's death on the Carnival Horizon cruise ship. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News that a housekeeper found the 18-year-old's body under the bed in her stateroom on November 7th, one day before the ship returned to Miami. Now, Kepner was joined on the cruise by her biological father, her stepmother, and at least two of her stepmother's children from another marriage. That stepmother is in a child custody dispute with her ex-husband. According to a new court document filed in that child custody case, the 16-year-old child is now a suspect in the death of Anna Kepner during the cruise. Now, that 16-year-old does not appear to be in custody. Instead, according to another court document in that case, the 16-year-old will be living with a relative of the mother. This was to ensure the safety of the youngest child of the parties, as well as the safety of the remaining child of the stepfather. Now, to be clear, this information identifying Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother as a suspect is coming from that 16-year-old's parents, not law enforcement. There is no indication the teen has been charged with any crimes. The FBI has not commented on it. You can find more details about this developing story on our website, clickorlando.com. Reporting live in the newsroom, Mike DeForest, News 6.
Mike, thank you. We now are getting clarity on what may have caused a fire overnight in Altamont Springs that displaced 20 people. Police say it was likely an electrical fire. This is the damage at the edge at Lake Lotus Apartments on Little River Loop. Fire officials say it started between the first and second floor hallway, and crews quickly got the fire under control. We're told 16 units have smoke and water damage. The Red Cross is helping displaced families. It has been a major complaint for years. Sunrail doesn't go to the Orlando International Airport, but that could soon change. News 6's Angie Casada shows us how an airport connection could be a game changer for travelers.
Yeah, riders here tell me that this would be everything that they need. And even though today's step won't build the airport extension, it protects the land needed to make it possible.
Sunrail commuters have heard for years about a connection to Orlando International Airport. Now, Wednesday's vote pushes that vision forward.
I don't even think, overdue doesn't even describe the word clearly enough. It's so big of a necessity. It's kind of like a running gag amongst people that visit the U.S. in general that we have such bad public transportation.
Dealing with the congestion that we have on the highways. It's a beautiful idea.
I think whenever you have a lot of people all going to the same place, I wouldn't doubt that a bunch of people are going from the airport to Disney or from the airport to the tourism corridor.
The airport board is reviewing a full agenda today, a move to reaffirm its commitment to preserving the right-of-way corridor needed for what's known as the Sunshine Corridor. That's the route that would eventually connect Sunrail to OIA, the Convention Center, and International Drive.
Anytime you have a lot of people going to the same place, there's no need for all of them to independently be in cars. And it would be so fabulous to alleviate some of that traffic.
Protecting the corridor now ensures the land doesn't get developed before the project secures federal funding. A crucial step, one that keeps the airport expansion from becoming just another idea on the shelf.
And again, today's vote won't bring trains to the airport yet, but it does safeguard the path to get there. Of course, we'll be tracking the meeting and bring you any updates on air and on clickorlando.com. Reporting in downtown Orlando, I'm Angie Casada, News 6.
Orlando Health says the second phase of demolition of the Rockledge Hospital property is scheduled to begin December 1st. The city posted the update on social media. The demolition includes the hospital itself and is expected to last about 5 months. The first phase, focusing on removing parking lots and small surrounding buildings, began late last month. The closures raise concerns about healthcare access in the region, though. Right now, people living in the area must either go 8.5 miles to Cape Canaveral or 21 minutes to Melbourne for emergency care. A bill to release the full Epstein files is expected to land on the president's desk today. The bill moved faster than expected, passing the House with all but one member voting in favor. Then, almost immediately, the Senate agreed to the bill unanimously. President Trump said this week he would sign the bill into law, but has ordered a new investigation into Epstein's alleged ties with prominent Democrats. Some lawmakers are concerned the DOJ will use the probe to delay the release of files.
The FBI director, the DOJ, Pam Bondi, they would be criminally liable. This is why we climbed the steep hill.
Thousands of documents have been released following subpoenas by the House Oversight Committee. Osceola County is pouring a lot of money into road expansions, all to get ahead of its fast-growing population. The county says new lanes and upgrades for Simpson Road east of Kissimmee are part of a larger expansion. Your Osceola County community correspondent Stephanie Rodriguez tells us how much the county set aside for these projects.
Osceola County commissioners have set aside over $1 billion in capital improvement projects to try to catch up with the population growth. You can see here some road work being done on Simpson Road in Osceola County, and it's just the beginning as they try to play catch up. 3, 2, 1. Osceola County Chairwoman Viviana Janer and county leaders celebrated the upgrades to Simpson Road, a major roadway in her district.
We are super excited to wrap up both the Fortune Simpson Road intersection and Simpson Road face south.
It's a huge upgrade for the county that continues to see an increase in population.
Very important because with people comes vehicles, and so we have to do whatever we can to keep that traffic flowing.
While 2 projects come to an end, others are still under construction or in the planning phase. Some of the improvements include widening over 5 miles of Poinciana Boulevard, widening Boggy Creek Road, and turning a part of Neptune Road from 2 to 4 lanes. What do you think about the traffic overall in Osceola County?
It's a little congested.
Marvin Allen drives throughout the county and tells me adding lanes is now a necessity.
It's great because there's going to be more people coming in the future, and of course it's a tourist state, so it's going to be great to see some great improvements that's been needed.
And the county agrees. Commissioners set aside millions to improve roads, making it a top priority.
We're also getting ready to start a safety improvement on Buenaventura Lakes Boulevard. So everywhere you turn, we're committed to improving not only our infrastructure, but also our safety.
If you want to see what other projects are underway or could soon begin that might impact your commute to and from work, there is a website that Osceola County has where you can see all of that information. We have a link to that over at clickorlando.com. I'm your Osceola County community correspondent, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Around 25,000 patients of the Villages Health may have to find a new insurance provider in 2026. We'll tell you where the negotiations stand between United Healthcare and CenterWell.
And coming up, finances potentially could lead to a school closure in Cape Canaveral. When we can expect a decision as we hear from school board members. Candace.
And right now out the door as you're running those errands, we're looking good. Upper 70s, low 80s, just a touch above where we should be for this time of the year. But how long will this warm and dry weather stick around? Could it continue for Thanksgiving? We'll have your full breakdown and a look at your extended outlook coming up right after the break.
Here's a live look from our Mount Dora camera on this beautiful Wednesday. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
Healthcare costs for so many continue to go up, but now thousands of Village Health patients insured through United Healthcare are worried about losing coverage altogether. Your Sumter County community correspondent Emily McLeod talks to people in the villages who are facing a lot of uncertainty.
I spoke to someone with United Healthcare, and they tell me around 25,000 members have received services from the Village's Health in some capacity over the last 12 months. Now, all of this uncertainty is creating a lot of stress for people who say they don't want to lose their doctors.
I feel like we've been duped.
After the Village's Health sale to CenterWell, which is a division of Humana, Nancy Devlin's and Lynn Kensler's medical care hangs in the balance. Both women are insured by United Healthcare.
I know a lot are upset.
On November 7th, TVH CEO Bob Trin sent out this notice to patients saying if CenterWell and United Healthcare don't reach an agreement, they will be unable to keep UHC plans beginning January 1st, 2026. Since the announcement, Devlin has been researching other providers, but says she isn't finding anything comparable to her current plan with UHC.
My PCPs is not in there, and most of them I'm paying more money out of pocket.
Earlier this year, the Village's Health filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy to help deal with the more than $350 million it owed to the federal government through Medicare overbilling. In September, CenterWell won the auction to buy TVH, paying $68 million in cash along with other stipulations. We reached out to the Village's Health about the ongoing situation with United Healthcare. A spokesperson from Humana sent us a statement which says in part, "We are open to having further discussions and will work in good faith toward a new agreement. UHC health plans will be accepted at the Village's Health through December 31st, 2025. If no agreement is reached, TVH will be unable to accept UHC plans starting January 1st, 2026. UHC also sent us a statement about the ongoing discussions which says in part, "Our top priority is to reach a long-term agreement that maintains long-term access to CenterWell for 2026 and beyond for people enrolled in our Medicare Advantage and employer-sponsored commercial plans." Nancy and Lynn are worried about losing their doctors they've had for years.
We trusted the Village's Health system, and we need to make it right and make it seamless. That's, to me, the right thing. I feel like we've been duped.
Now, Nancy and Lynn tell me their plan is to stick with United Healthcare through the end of the year, and they hope that United Healthcare and CenterWell can come to an agreement. United Healthcare and CenterWell both tell me they are actively engaged in discussions to try to come up with that agreement. And UHC tells me their ultimate goal is to make sure they can continue coverage for its patients and through those employer-sponsored healthcare programs. To stay on top of this story and to go back and look at our prior coverage on this, you can head on over to clickorlando.com. For now, reporting in Sumter County, I'm your Sumter County community correspondent, Emily McLeod, News 6.
Time now is 12:15. Going to check your forecast, Candace. That is a stunning shot behind you, and this nice stretch will stick around for us.
Postcard kind of snapshot right there. Well, from Sumter County, let's head on over to Volusia County. Daytona Beach, just a beautiful start to the day and a really nice start to the afternoon, I'd just say. Upper 70s across Central Florida. The winds right now are a bit variable, but notice the humidity. It's not too bad out there, about 50%. Just a really nice day if you want to be one of the many who are out there enjoying the beaches. The weather's going to be looking fantastic for beachgoers and boaters today, tomorrow, and even into your weekend. So let's talk weather headlines, shall we? In the next 10 days, we are still expecting those temperatures to stay in the 80s. Every afternoon, temperatures will be running just above average. And for those keeping count, within the next 10 days includes Thanksgiving. We are still looking relatively warm and dry. There is a caveat, though, on your Thanksgiving and into Black Friday. We are watching the potential for a strong, significant cold front that could be bringing a quick cold snap in the forecast for the weekend after Thanksgiving. So again, post-Thanksgiving, we could be dealing with a cold front. Now, if that front comes in a little earlier than what is right now forecasted, we could maybe bring a little more rain to the forecast on Thanksgiving. As of now, we're keeping rain chances still extremely low between now and Turkey Day. Temperatures out the door right now. Upper 70s, low 80s as you're running those errands, maybe getting some of your holiday shopping done. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s to low 80s. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Wednesday.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
So your highs today back into those low 80s, up to about 83 degrees. Overall, nice afternoon, nice clear skies. But because we are noticing the winds will be light, the skies will be clear, we have a little bit more humidity. We can't rule out the chance of seeing some patchy fog once again tonight, early Thursday morning, with our overnight low at about 58 degrees. As we look here at the clouds and rain futurecast, you can see not much to talk about really within the next couple of hours throughout Thursday, Friday as well. Now we could possibly pick up the breeze a little bit as a weak front comes through on Sunday, but not really changing up the forecast too much. And that's because we have a big ridge of high pressure in the lower levels, the mid to upper levels as well. And that's going to continue to kind of keep the main becoming the dominant feature in the forecast, really keeping hold. And that's why temperatures at this point showing very limited fronts in the forecast. But the warmer than normal pocket moves on out, and we're talking about a big dip in the atmosphere when it comes to that jet stream. Right now, we're watching some warming happening a little further to the north, and that possibly will weaken that jet stream, allowing for that cold air to blast further south. So this is a quick snapshot of the holiday preview. Again, not this week, but we're talking about next week. For many of those who are planning on traveling on Wednesday, the weather locally will be okay, but if you're traveling further north across the country, that big time cold front that we're talking about could disrupt and cause some delays. As of now, Thanksgiving locally, low 80s, but then notice what happens on Friday. We could be keeping those temperatures in the 70s during the day. The coldest point, again, long-range models are showing that it could be Saturday morning. We could be waking up into those 30s and 40s by then. So with that all being said, I'm just trying to give you the best information as early as possible so you can make all those Thanksgiving Day plans. Right now, it is not concrete, but we, of course, will be giving you the latest updates each and every day. Back to you, Julie.
Candace, thank you. It is an ongoing debate in Cape Canaveral. Should Cape View Elementary close? Coming up, what district leaders say could lead to this decision and when the school board plans to vote on the potential closure. And coming up on News 6 at 6, handicap accessible parking is a necessity for millions of Americans nationwide. But it's not just about a shorter walk.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. It's not just the convenience of being closer. It's about the extra space.
The new changes being made in Florida and why people say it may not be a positive step. You're watching News 6 at noon. Here's a live look over downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. We'll be right back. Brevard County Public Schools continues its controversial discussion about closing an elementary school because of low enrollment. For weeks, families in Cape Canaveral have been upset about a proposal to close Cape View Elementary and send the 270 students to Roosevelt Elementary School 7 miles away in Cocoa Beach. The district says both schools are only about half full. Tuesday, the district also said Cape View needs millions in repairs.
That could go into paying our people more and providing services to our children.
A final decision won't be made until a public hearing in January. We are getting results this holiday season for 6,000 kids and seniors in Central Florida. Once again, we are partnering with BFAR Contracting for the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program. And at last check, more than 860 angels have been adopted, but there are still more than 5,000 looking for a Merry Christmas. So if you'd like to help out this year, you can take out your phone and scan the QR code you see there on your screen. It will take you to clickorlando.com/angeltree. That's where we've posted information and links to adopt an angel either in person or online. Here is a live look for you over Daytona Beach. An absolutely gorgeous day out there with so much sunshine. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're never too young to make a difference. That's the lesson we're learning from a 5-year-old Ocala boy. Lucas Perez was given $100 by his great aunt. The catch is she told him to use it to pay it forward. So he and his mom bought diapers, wipes, bottles, and other baby supplies, then donated everything to the Early Learning Coalition of Marion County. The staff said the timing could not have been better. Their emergency diaper drawers were empty, and he looks so proud and is doing such great things. So kudos to him and his great aunt.
That's going to be probably the most memorable $100 he ever got.
Absolutely.
Which is just so great. All right, you know what? Feels like $100 out there. No, I'm just kidding. $1 million. All right, let's talk about the weather forecast over the next couple of days. Depends. It's all right. You know,
it feels
it's all
great.
dependent. Yeah. Low 80s in the forecast Wednesday, Thursday, and into the weekend. Overnight lows also start warming up. Can't rule out a chance of some patchy fog. But of course, like we've talked about a little earlier in the show, we are watching very closely on a potential front that could be impacting either your travel plans for Thanksgiving or your weekend plans. That Thanksgiving weekend, we of course will have the latest overall in the next couple hours.
Okay, Candace, thank you. Switch over right now to News 6 Plus to watch News 6 Extra. Have a great day.